Hi, this is Thomas from Mars Moon Space TV. Oh boy, do I have a surprise for you today? Yes, I surely have, because those of you that has been following the channel here have only heard my voice when I'm doing anomaly videos for so far. But I'm gonna change that today, because I got myself a new co-host on Mars Moon Space TV. Please welcome Dollie Indigostar.
Hello, Thomas. I'm here.
Hello, Dollie.
Hello.
I'm so happy to have you here to comment on these pictures together with me. So I know you have a lot that you want to do and talk about with these Mars images. And could you just tell a little bit about yourself to the viewers out there, because they are gonna hear much more to you. They want to know who you are.
Oh well, I'm Dollie, as many of you know, and I suppose I am what you call a lifelong experiencer. That's the way I like to put it. I've experienced many phenomenal things and out of this world experiences, and I haven't stopped my mission and quest to find out what is going on in this world and above since. So that's a little bit about what I do.
All right. I'm looking forward to hear your comments on the pictures that we will talk about today here also. You see this picture I put in front of you here on the screen?
Yes, it's amazing. That picture just absolutely captivates me.
Before I say what I think I'm looking at, I would like to hear you. What do you think that you are looking at, Dollie?
Well, straight away this says to me that this is some kind of crashed craft. I can quite clearly see it. There is an open part at the back with some kind of door towards the front, something that's blown off it or something. And as you look towards the back, you can actually see like molten metal. It looks like metal to me that's basically blown apart, you know, and melted. And a little bit towards the front of the what I'm calling a craft. It's broken off, but towards the floor there's something that's lying on the floor as well. So perhaps something disattached from that.
It could be,
but it's just so clearly not, to me, it doesn't look like rock.
No.
Quite clearly something. It's an object, it's solid, and it's broken apart. Definitely on some kind of impact.
You are so right in that. You're so right in that. I see a lot of stuff in this image too. I see something that looks like a ladder or something, just a little bit to the left of the hole here. There's something with some square holes in front of it. And we have this huge hole. My first thought was that this looks like kind of a decayed hull from a construction, a spaceship. Yes, I said spaceship. Those of you that know me knows that I believe in spaceships also on Mars. This does to me look like something that has maybe not crash landed, but being there for thousands of years, slowly decayed into pieces, and things are falling apart. After all those years, it probably has been laying there. And as you said, Dollie, you see the rear end of it. It looks like the roof is completely gone, and you can see what once was the inside of this object. And I have a lot of pictures from this object here. I have this one here in grey also, but I also, before we continue, need to give up some credit, because this was not found without my family, the UFA family, United Family of Anomaly Hunters. We had Neville Johnson who actually pointed this out. We had a guy called Ivan. Sorry, Ivan, but I don't remember your last name. I'm so sorry, but there was a guy called Ivan who also pointed this out for a little while ago here. we have the UFA family that has been bringing this up. Neville has made some excellent pictures. We're gonna come to the the pictures of Neville's here later, because we're just gonna see this one in different contrast. We have one more here. This is actually the same picture, Dollie, where I used some great color and some golden colors to point out what I think is the inside of the hull. What's your thoughts when you see it like this?
Definitely. You can definitely clearly see that it's hollow inside. There's something inside. It's, you know, if it's just amazing. It screams out that you want to go in there and have a look, really, a close look. Can we not zoom in further on any of your cameras, Thomas?
Yeah. We get to the zooming in a little bit here. I just want to go through these pictures here first, because I have pointed something out here. As you can see, I put some arrows on here because, to me, seen from this angle, and I'm gonna tell you we have some pictures from another angle, but from this angle it looks like there is something like part of a wing laying on the ground, triangular shape.
Yeah.
It actually looks like it's fitting inside that hole on that hull. Do you think that could be a wing, Dollie?
It could be. It's definitely something that has broken off and sticks out from every other object that's in the local area, and it matches in colour and contrast as well. So it looks definitely like it's been part of that object. And as you can see, it's hollow inside, so that's quite an interesting, amazing picture.
I just clicked on my mouse here and we get some more arrows up, because in front of this object there is laying this cylindrical shaped object on the ground, and it actually looks like it at one time was a part of the front of this anomaly here. As you see at the end of these arrows here, it looks like this object over here to the left at one time was attached to the front of this object.
And that's bright gold there, that little ball at the very, very beginning of that object. Can you see it just above?
Yeah, I see.
That quite clearly stands out in colour.
It really would be.
Definitely looks like it was attached, and it's either corroded, as you say, or broken off.
But could we be looking at a spaceship that landed or crashed here, or are we looking at some constructions? I would like to hear you viewers out there. What do you think we are looking at here? We are gonna see some more pictures from the same anomaly here, and this is one Neville Thompson made. It's a little bit blurry, but you still see this is the same anomaly, and when we get closer it looks more like a kind of a construction, not as much as a spaceship as I first anticipated it could have been. Give your description of this picture.
Yeah, to me definitely you can see at the bottom all over the screen, I mean the shape and the angles. That clearly looks like a structure. A craft would be more aerodynamic in shape and spherical, I'm thinking. You can quite clearly see that there's fallen bits, and there's holes and entrances and oblongs and angles, and there's a lot of colour as well in that picture. There is a lot of that picture's very busy.
I have another picture that's also Neville Thompson that made it, and here you actually see it from two different angles. The first one on the left is as it's written, taken by Curiosity Rover at Sol 1272, and the one on the right is from 1274. So we see this from two different angles, and when you see it in Sol 1274, it looks much more square. It looks much more like there are 90-degree angles on it. It looks much more like building a housing of some kind of construction. Am I right, Dollie?
Yeah, it really does. It looks more like a construction from the other angle, and I'm just, as I look at it, my mind absolutely creates an image, and I can quite clearly see a futuristic image of this building, of what it would have looked like. And the first picture, you can quite clearly see it's corroded and either melted in some kind of way, so some kind of blast or some kind of heat. And at the back it looks like one of the ruins that are on Earth, in in the temples, in it's amazing, that picture. There is so many angles, and it'd be interesting to get somebody on those pictures and really work out the angles and the dimensions, and
yeah, for sure it would.
Yeah.
And the question that always comes up when we're looking at these two pictures here, the one on the left and the one on the right, where you see the one on the left looks more like some kind of spaceship with round edges, and the one on the right looks more like a housing complex with 90-degree angles. Do you think NASA has done something to the one on the right to not make it look like something out of this world, or more like a house if somebody ever would find out that there was something there? Do you think they have tampered with the pictures?
I don't know, Thomas, because thinking about it, houses on Mars are not going to look like anything here on Earth, are they? So you're talking a highly advanced civilization. With some kind of housing and different shapes, and was one side rounded towards the back and the other side flat, and you see some of our big structures, like in London, in the cities, and all over the world. We've got some amazing, very weird, and look at the Sydney House in Australia, the shape of that. I'm sure in 2,000 years, if somebody found that, they'd think, wow, what a strange bunch these was on this planet.
Yeah, so true. So
nothing can be ruled out here. What was this building?
Here we have it again, and this is from Sol 1274. No, 78, I'm sorry, 78. And again, you see, this is actually a much clearer picture coming up here. I'm just gonna jump a little bit here. This was the first picture we had up. Let me just find, because what you see here on the screen is what you get when you get to nasa.gov and go into Curiosity Images, find Sol number 1272. Let me just make sure I'm right. Yes, 1272. You get this image over here, and you see it on the top. It's not a very good image, if you ask me. It's a little blurry, and this is the one that NASA gives to the public on the public side, so to speak. But there are other ways to get pictures from Mars, and here we have the same picture from a site called Analyst Notebook, where you actually can zoom a little bit and handle the picture a little different than you can on the Curiosity catalog. And again, you can come pretty close to the anomaly here. Notice here in front, as I was speaking about before, there was this odd looking thing here with these square frames in that looks like part of a construction, something artificial created. There is a lot of things going on, and I want to jump to the next one here, because here we have exactly the same image as we saw before, but this one is in a HD view. also from Analyst Notebook, where you can get it in HD view on the Microsoft platform for zooming here, as you see it here. This is also a great tool. I can only recommend all of you to go to Analyst Notebook, sign in, it's for free, and you get these tools to find anomalies with. Here we have the anomaly as it looks like, when it looks like something with the round edges here. It does look like something, a hull that's hollow and the roof has totally collapsed. We have the next one here. And this one is from Soul number 1278. And this is where it becomes more square and straight edges. Look at this one over here, Dollie. This little wall, and it looks like there is a hole in it here, and you can see the sand on the other side. Isn't that kind of odd?
That is amazing. There is so much going on in that picture. I see so much. There's parts of that there look hollow again up the top, right up the top hand corner. That's it, where your little mouse was there, and the hole in the wall. Yeah, and this here. Yeah, all this area. That clearly looks to me like a hollow.
I would like you to have a look right here where my hand is now.
Yeah.
Look at all this white stuff here. Actually, I didn't took any notice of it, but after zooming in on it a little bit, it started looking like writings and letters and symbols of a kind. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. It could just be what you call it, photographic artifacts that has many names, something that's not really there. But what do you think we're looking at, Dollie?
Can you zoom in?
This is the absolute closest I can get on this HD view.
There could be some kind of writing, definitely, because that clearly looks like some kind of wall, doesn't it?
It does, it really does.
Really does look like some kind of wall. And looking right along the whole of that picture, this looks like a wall, this looks like that's collapsed, looking all the way along. There where your hand is now, that almost to me looks like some kind of glass or something.
I was thinking exactly
something reflecting. That looks kind of see-through or something. There's something there.
It looks like there's something behind the glass. Could it be a tree or something? It looks very, very suspicious in my eyes.
And then this part to the left of it again, that looks like some kind of building that's hollow again inside. That's oblong, the shapes of that, and then this part up here, this is really interesting, because this here looks like it's something that's actually broken off. This gap here maybe that's in the middle of it.
Can you tell me what you are looking at here, Dollie?
I am looking at...
Guide my little hand here to
guide your little hand. Go back across to this square. That's it. A bit more. Stop there. That little bit there.
Alright.
Yes. Looks like it's come out of. Go forwards. Up. Across. This way. The other way. This way, the other way. It looks like it's fell out of that hole anyway there.
Yeah,
there's actually a hole where that block is there. There looks like some kind of hole in front of it. Interesting.
It really
so much debris. There is so much debris. That looks like something that has been just annihilated, to be honest with you.
If you look at my little hand, all of you that are looking out there,
I see.
Look at that little box you are having here, a little square box, and there are, I don't know how to say it, this is amazing. Dollie, do you think we could be looking at a golden proof of an ancient civilization on Mars on this picture?
I would definitely say that we are a 99% maybe that this is proof that there has been an ancient civilization on Mars, and it just can't be hidden, really, not with pictures like this that are coming out.
I think what's really going on here is, we talked about this before in the UFA family, we use the term to rockify something. When you have an object you want to look like a rock, then you can copy and paste the color of a rock to put over the object, so the object will keep its shape, but it will look like something else. And I think that is what we're looking at here. And this little glassy area up here, it looks like there is some glass here, something, a tree or something behind it here. That really makes it for me. This is artificial. The question is, how old is it? Who built it? And what purpose did it serve? There are so many anomalies in this picture. There's something, a little horn here or something. There are so much here and something over here that looks suspicious. Also, it actually looks like, maybe I'm overdoing, but it actually looks like a skeleton, a skull here, and the rest of the spine down here, and the chest and the legs going down here. But this one definitely needs a closer look. Can you see this one over here?
I can see that.
And it looks like there is someone leaning upon the rock behind him, or whatever it is that he's leaning up upon with his back and his head up here, and the rest of him is something that is completely decayed. There's something over here also that looks suspicious. It doesn't look like rock. It looks like bended metal that was bended for a specific purpose. There are so much in this image, Dollie, and this is not the only image you and I are gonna go through, because we are together gonna look at many more pictures in
many more.
Hope. So
these pictures are waiting for us to disclose, basically, is what we're doing. That is what we do. We're disclosing the proof that, you know, there has been an ancient civilization on Mars. And it's been written about, it's been talked about in the history books. It's been, you know, there's that old saying, you know, Thomas, I keep saying to you, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. And what's smack bang in between the Earth? Well, what wonderful babies they made because we're here, you know?
Yeah, true.
Something happened somewhere.
Yeah.
But this is absolutely fantastic, and the more pictures like this that, you know, researchers such as yourself and your family can bring, it's absolutely so important to everyone on the planet, you know.
It is. So, guys, we are gonna end it for now, and I want to say thank you to Dollie. You are all gonna need Dollie so many more times in the future, because I cannot sit here alone and do all this, and you will meet Dollie on the Mars Moon Space TV without me. Yes, you heard correct. After 500 videos, I'm telling you that Dollie will do some videos without me on my channel. So I'm looking so much forward for this in the future. Welcome on board, Dollie.
Thank you so much for having me. I am going to bring you some amazing cosmic sauciness at its best.
I am looking so much forward for it. And for all of you out there, thank you for watching. And please welcome Dollie. And until we see us again, take care. Bye.